A stormy week on the international front has taken its toll of Rangers, as reflected in manager Walter Smith's lineup. He's without Mo Johnson, Richard Gough and Stuart McCall, who were all wounded either physically or mentally in Switzerland. But it does mean the two Ukrainians, Kuznetsov and Mikhailichenko, playing together for the first time in the first team. And there is Alexei Mikhailichenko, who makes his first competitive appearance here after playing in the 2-0 win at Falkirk last week. He cost the Scottish record £2.5 million from Sampdoria. Rangers players tell me they've been very impressed by him in training. Now they and their fans hope to see the magic where it really matters. Well, just as he did on that very dramatic final league day of last season, Nigel Spackman again captains Rangers in the absence of Richard Gough. At £500,000, he's proved an excellent buy for the Ibrox club. He's been ever present this season and today plays his 10th consecutive game. There's Jim McLean's Dundee United lineup, and he'll be hoping for a repeat of last season when he enjoyed victory here. United are in fact the last team to record a win at Ibrox. That was on November the 10th last year. They welcomed Jim McInally back for the first time this season after serious injury. Today provides another milestone in the fine career of full-back and captain Maurice Malpass, who won his 43rd cap in Bern this week. He makes his 500th first-team appearance after signing 12 years ago. At the age of 29, he has a few more records to set at club and international level. Another stalwart on the Dundee United side is Dave Bowman, who arrived at Tannadice in 1986 in a double signing from Coventry City, which also involved Jim McInally. Bowman's played in every game this season, today being his 10th consecutive appearance. The referee is Mr. Andrew Waddle from Edinburgh. So Dundee United get the match underway in front of a big noisy crowd here. The early free kick awarded to Dundee United. Well, this is the 65th meeting in the Premier League between these sides. Rangers have won 31, United have won 13, and 20 of the matches have been drawn. In fact, the first Premier League meeting between the sides, it was a midweek match way back in November 1975. Only 10,000 at that match, reflecting some indifferent league form from the two teams. But that's not the case today. A crowd of over 30,000 here. Rangers in second place on 10 points. Dundee United in the mid-table position on 6. It's McKinlay, cut out by Nisbet. Well, applause for Scott Nisbet, very popular figure with the Rangers fans. He's already got himself a goal this season. One ball now for Haitley. He's out jumped though by John Clark. Play by Mikhailichenko. Putting it forward to McCoist, and that was Gary Bowen heading behind for the corner to Rangers. Kuznetsov moving to the edge of the United penalty area. Scott Nisbet's also up there as Houstra takes the corner. Haitley climbing for it. It's headed off the line. Main at full stretch. Well, Haitley showing what a dangerous player he can be. It was Jim McInally who deprived Rangers of the goal. Haitley climbing well. McInally popping up on the line. Heading the ball away, but straight to Bowman. Now it's Christian Daly taking on Kuznetsov. A lovely touch by McCoist to Mikhailichenko, but cut out by John Clark. Well, a timely tackle by Oleg Kuznetsov. Free kick to United. Will it take Kuznetsov a bit of time to get used to the pace of the game? Of course, he played just a full 90 minutes last season against St Mirren. Scott Nisbet keeping a close eye on Duncan Ferguson. Boland coming in at the far side. Malpass taken out of the play by Ferguson. Referee just calming things down. McKinlay for Dundee United, running at Spackman. Good play, steps away from Kuznetsov. Now it's Boland. Bowman, well, just inches away from the head of Duncan Ferguson. And he got him flapping a bit there as the cross ball came in. Certainly a dangerous one for Rangers. Italy climbing, lovely touch to Ali McCoist. Well, good combination between the two Rangers strikers. David Neary staying with McCoist all the way. It was Haitley out jumping Bowen. McCoist acting quickly. Neary staying with him. Nisbet's clearance straight to Bowman. The shot. Well, Bowman's shot seemed to take a slight deflection, and it had Andy Gorham scrambling across his line. Bowman proving a danger to Rangers in this game. Just a slight deflection there. Long ball from Nisbet for Haitley. John Clarkson there making the challenge. Ball going behind, the corner kick awarded. Alan Main, the United keeper, organising his defence. So the sun's shining now above Ibrox Stadium. After a very wet day, it's Robertson, it's Haitley. Well, great play again by Mark Haitley. Applause ringing round the stadium. The corner kick being sent in by Peter Houstra. Again, Haitley proving his worth in the air as Robertson crossed from the left. Ball from Malpass, way by Nisbet. Malpass getting away from Ian Ferguson. Forward now to Christian Daly. Daly forcing the play forward. Daly again. Great save by Andy Gorham. Well, Christian Daly pushing his way forward, showing a lot of persistence. Chance was on for the shot, but that was fine goalkeeping by Andy Gorham. David Robertson now clearing for Rangers. Haitley, a very strong challenge there by John Clark. The Rangers have the free kick. It's been a difficult afternoon so far for John Clark. Haitley doing so well in the air. So Rangers coming forward now through Gary Stevens. Stepping away from Bowen. John Clark nipping in ahead of Haitley. It's Houstra for Rangers. Nice little touch to Robertson. Kylichenko. First time shot. Ball into the side netting. Alan Main getting a hand to it, and Rangers have the corner. It was a lovely little touch there from Houstra to Robertson. He played it to Kylichenko. He just turned at it first time, and Alan Main pushing it behind. Houstra's corner, Haitley coming in. Goal kick. Houstra taking the ball well, right across goal. Main committing himself, missing it. Haitley off target now. We kick awarded to Rangers. A bit of a nudge there by Christian Daly. David Robertson. Kylichenko dispossessed by Jim McInally. Duncan Ferguson trying to take on Nisbet. Gary Stevens is providing cover. Daly laying it off, the chance on for Billy McKinlay. Oh, an amazing save by Andy Gorham, getting his left hand to the ball from point-blank range. It was a fine shot, teed up by Christian Daly for Billy McKinlay. He rifled it with his right foot, and look at that for tremendous goalkeeping. Haitley at the other end, onto McCoist, in comes Houstra, Peter Houstra. Well, Houstra can't believe it. A great save by Alan Main. It was Haitley and McCoist helping tee it up. Houstra getting away from the defenders. First time shot, an excellent save by Alan Main. Well, the offside flag goes up against the Rangers strikers. Very close decision there. Clark's free kick again, aimed for Duncan Ferguson. Again, he gets the touch. No one to take advantage. Nisbet through the middle for Ali McCoist. Ali McCoist! 1-0 to Rangers. Well, the Dundee United players seem to think there was handball. Certainly, referee Andrew Waddle looked over towards his linesman, but Ali McCoist slamming the ball into the back of the net for his third goal of the season. 42 minutes gone. It was a long ball forward from Nisbet. A gap opened up through the middle of the Dundee United defence. There were claims for handball, but certainly I could see nothing wrong there. McCoy's driving it into the back of the net. Rangers 1, Dundee United 0. And United get themselves in level terms. There's a shot from Jim McInally. McInally's looked quite comfortable this afternoon, and this is his first game of the season. He's played well. It was a first-time shot, but no real trouble for Andy Gorham. The referee checking his watch, looking towards the linesman, and there, in fact, goes the half-time whistle. Well, an interesting first half. Great saves by both goalkeepers, but there's the man of the moment, Ali McCoist, with 42 minutes on the clock, running onto a long ball from Scott Nisbet and drilling it past Alan Main. The half-time score here at Ibrox Stadium: Rangers 1, Dundee United 0. Sending the course. There's no real problem for Malpass, but there's a bit of a breakdown in communication with the goalkeeper. Rangers have the corner. It's a shot, one played to Gary Stevens. Ian Ferguson. Missed it. Kinley, a nice turn against Mikhailichenko. Boland being quickly closed down by Ferguson, but now it's Malpass driving it forward. Not a bad effort by the Dundee United skipper. Taking the ball from Boland. So look up towards goal. The gap opened up and they had the shot, which was well taken by Andy Gorham. Houser for Rangers. Mikhailichenko. McCoist, the early cross. That was David Neary pushing it behind for the corner kick. Good build-up by Rangers, involving Mikhailichenko and McCoist with that early ball. Again, Nisbet going forward to join Paisley. Poised as Haustra takes the corner. Kuznetsov, Spackman, Haustra's wide. Just a little touch there to Mikhailichenko. Haustra again. Well, good linking between the Ukrainian and Dutch players. Paisley and Clark going for it. Clark getting the break. Shot with the pass, but in trouble again as it breaks to Haustra. Oh, great goalkeeping again by Alan Main at full stretch. Snatching the ball away from the head of Paisley, who had got into good position. Again, an excellent cross by Peter Haustra. And as Paisley come in, great dive by Main. Corner kick. Heatley going back to help with the marking. John Clark moving forward to the edge of the area. So Billy McKinlay, the corner. Atalainen's in there. And Dundee United have scored. It's Duncan Ferguson. They got a second bite at it. Gorham made the save initially. The ball breaking back to the United striker. So 59 minutes gone. It's Rangers 1, Dundee United 1. Well, the corner kick coming in from Billy McKinlay. Mixu Patalainen launched himself at the ball. Got the touchdown, the first time shot there. Gorham made the save in difficult circumstances, but it broke back to Duncan Ferguson, who put United on level terms. So that's his third goal of the season. He scored against Dunfermline last week in the 3-0 victory. It's an important goal for Dundee United. Kalichenko to McCoist. Heatley! Well, how unlucky for Mark Heatley and Rangers. The first time shot coming off the right hand post of Alan Main. It was Kalichenko to McCoist into the path of Heatley. The first time shot, and Alan Main could only look down to that right hand post as the ball came crashing back up it. Robertson to Houstra. No, it's Dutchman against Dutchman. Van der Hoorn sticking to the task now. It's Kalichenko. Houstra. Kalichenko again. Good play. Well, showing all of his skills. Down he goes. The referee says no penalty. Well, the challenge was made by Billy McKinlay. Some outstanding play by Kalichenko, taking on player after player inside the area. Well, the referee was well up with the play. I think he got that one right. Rangers keeping possession. Well, slackness there by Kalichenko, and he caught Bowman very late. And the referee is calling him back. Well, as Bowman cleared the ball, a very late challenge coming in from Alexei Kalichenko, and he's shown the yellow card. As the Dundee United manager and chairman, of course, Jim McLean, issuing some instructions down towards Paul Sturrock in the dugout, and there's the man who used to work alongside him at Tannadice, sitting behind him, Walter Smith. Which is a pity for the player and for Dundee United, but he's worked very hard this afternoon. So Bowman comes back onto the field. Ali McCoy's taken out of the play. A free kick to the Rangers. Well, John Clark, I think, could be in trouble with the referee here for persistent fouling. He's already been warned. Launches himself in. Well, spoken to again by the referee. And now a warning for Freddie van der Hoorn for his challenge on Peter Houstra. Well, the temperature's rising out there. Kalichenko. The Rangers about to make a substitution. That was a high ball coming in, a disappointing effort by Kalichenko. So he now leaves the field. Maybe just feeling the pace of the game too much for him. He's replaced by Ian Durant. Spackman. Robertson. Well, that's a ridiculous challenge by Van der Hoorn. Robertson trying to control a difficult ball. He did so with his head. And Van der Hoorn launching himself in at the Rangers player. The yellow card is shown to Freddie Van der Hoorn. Second booking of the match. Robertson has recovered. Patalainen header, but picked up by Durant. A lot of jostling going on in the penalty area. Headed clear by McInally. Only as far as Spackman. Good ball to Houstra. An awkward one for Alan Main. Well, that appeared to be drifting away from goal and suddenly dipped under the crossbar, and Alan Main at full stretch had to tip it behind. So Houstra with the corner. Gately coming in. Headed away by Duncan Ferguson. It's Ian Ferguson. Well, Ian Ferguson packed such a good shot. He'll be disappointed with himself. The ball coming off the head of his namesake, Duncan. And he fires it well over the bar. Patalainen. There goes the final whistle in a hard-fought contest. And as the man who brought Dundee United back into the game in the second half, Duncan Ferguson, it was a corner kick that came in. Victor Patalainen launched himself at it. It broke into the path of Duncan Ferguson, and at the second attempt, he got it past Andy Gorham. The final score here at Ibrox Stadium: Rangers 1, Dundee United 1.
Walter, your views on the result and the performance?
On the result, I don't think we could grumble really. It's not our best performance since the season started, in home games especially. Dundee United, I felt, started the game very well, and for the first half hour, Andy Gorham had a couple of saves that kept us in the game. After that, I think possibly we had maybe slightly the better of the pressure, but we can't grumble on the overall result.
It's been a difficult week for you. You've lost Richard Gough, you lost Mo Johnson, but significantly the loss of Stuart McCall from midfield. That was a bit of a blow today. Yeah,
last week I left him out of the game at Falkirk. My own decision. I felt that with the international on Wednesday, this game today and the game next Wednesday, it was maybe a chance to give a midfield player a break. I didn't think we did quite as well at Falkirk last week, and I think leaving him out, well, I didn't leave him out, he's injured today, but missing today, we missed a little bit of the spark that we have in the middle of the park, and you know, you have to look at that as being maybe possibly the most significant one.
Mikhailichenko come in. Do you think maybe the pace of things caught him a wee bit today?
Well, people have got to appreciate it. It does take a while for people to settle down. I read an article by Ray Wilkins during the week there saying it did take him a month to get himself involved in totally in Scottish football. I think it might take Mikhailichenko maybe a bit longer than that, and we'll have to play him in, and people will have to appreciate that.
God, just about everyone, including the managers, agreeing that a draw was fair. The score certainly kept down by two goalkeepers who were at the top of their form.
I think that was probably a feature of the game yesterday, the outstanding form of both goalkeepers. When this is early on in the game, it was a terrific shot by Christian Daly that just bounced up in front of Andy Gorham as well, and he done well to get his hand to it. Andy Main tips this one round the post. I mean, and this is just a fantastic save. Billy McKinlay, who was outstanding for Dundee United in midfield yesterday, brings out a terrific save in Andy Gorham there. Hoistra thinks he's done everything right here, but Alan Main anticipates it very well indeed. And this is one in the eye for the people that say Andy Gorham doesn't come out for crosses. Keeps his eye on this one, punches it rather than tries to hold it, knocks Scott Nisbet down in the process. And Alan Main does exceptionally well here, keeps his eye on the ball, and then very brave, particularly when you think Mark Haley's bearing down on you.
Now, Maurice Malpass, we heard it was his 500th appearance. I know Rangers for years tried to prize him away from Jim McLean without success. Over the past decade, he's been one of the really consistent performers.
Well, I think there's been some special players in the last 7-8 years in the Premier League. I'm thinking of players like, you know, Willie Miller, Alec McLeish, Davy Cooper, and the player we're watching here just now. I really think is a bit special, and I think Dundee United's success has been down to a couple of things over the years, and I think that's their manager and their coaching staff, and players such as Hegarty, David Neary and Maurice Malpass. I mean, this is great anticipation here. Actually, Dundee United back four were very impressive indeed yesterday, and it was nice to see David Neary playing alongside Maurice Malpass having a good game as well.
What about Big Nizzy, Scott Nisbet? Now, he's seen the likes of Terry Butcher and Graham Roberts arrive at Ibrox and go, and now, of course, he's got to fight with Goff and Kuznetsov, a big favourite with the Ibrox fans.
Yeah, I think he'd have stayed in the side yesterday in merit. I mean, he's come on leaps and bounds. There's no doubt he's a much improved player and shown an awful lot more composure than he has done in the past. And we have seen him on a few occasions. I mean, this is a terrific ball into the channels for Mark Haitley. And that's been a little bit of a feature, apart from his defensive qualities. He's been knocking some good balls out of defence as well. And we've seen him a few times this season. And every time I've seen him, he's been one of Rangers' best players. And yet again, Walter Smith's got one of these nice problems. Who does he leave out when everybody's fit?
The home debut of Mikhail Lichenko, he showed some nice touches. The pace of the game maybe a bit too much for him, and I think after being booked, Rangers made the right decision to take him off.
Yeah, that's for sure, and I think there's absolutely no doubt at all that the pace of the game, he did find it a bit frantic. But he looks to me to be one of these players. He showed enough to me yesterday anyway in his awareness and his touches. I think when he's fully fit, and maybe there's a bit of a question mark about that because he hasn't played much football in the last year or so, I think he'll be a sensational player for Rangers. But as you say, he just get caught up in a little bit in the pace of the game. Great run here, he just dwells on it a little bit here, and Davy Neary, gives Davy Neary time to make a good recovery tackle.
Jim McLean showing again he's not afraid to bring in youngsters.
No, certainly with the front three that were playing yesterday, Daly, Boland and Duncan Ferguson.